Coming into this summer, I thought a lot about the topic that we had, which was Latino voters, and kind of the different ways we could report on it. It was always my thought that to have a great story, you needed really great content, which meant that you needed to actually talk to individuals and get a personal story. Obviously, we wanted to do a lot of research with data to see where the story would be. And I guess the most compelling point that I saw in my initial reporting was that looking at Fresno County in California, I saw that it was a county that was predominantly Republican, that went 0.4% Democrat in 2008. And my question was whether the growing Latino population had something to do with that. So it sort of set the stage for what I thought would be an interesting story. Before we went to Fresno County, and I started to talk to some of the activists and politicians in the area, I started to see that the story wasn't as simple as I thought it was. I started to understand that Latinos in Fresno County feel very disengaged and disconnected to the political system in the Central Valley for a variety of reasons. And I started to see this as sort of a mixed story. I mean, you definitely have more Latinos turning out for more and more elections and more getting involved in the U.S. political process, but you're also seeing a lot of Latinos that just feel that what's the point? You know, there's no change here. And it was very difficult to find people in Fresno County that would be honest about the reasons why they didn't vote. It was very easy to find people that talked, gee, I would vote if I could. It's a really great thing to do. I should be more involved. I mean, I've got 5 or 6 more interviews just like that. They weren't very interesting, but it was one person, Junior Garcia, who really verbalized for me what a lot of the experts were saying as to why Latinos weren't involved. Then I began to look into the data that I felt would prove underline my story. And the way I went about that is I requested voter registration information from the Fresno County Board of Elections, and they were very, very helpful. They gave us an electronic format that worked really well with whatever computer I put it into. And basically, I applied a Hispanic surname analysis to all the names in the list. That was the best way I could find who were Latino in this list and who weren't. And I wanted to compare those results to census projections of eligible citizen voters in Fresno County that were Latino, and versus comparing that to non-Latino.